And I want to start by talking about something that I tweeted about slightly earlier. From who I've been speaking to, they have clarified that at the current time, there is no intention to end the brand split. Raw and SmackDown will continue to be entirely independent. From what they have been saying, there are more than enough people to fill all three brands. Maybe some of the divisions are quite small at the moment, but long term, the intention is to pad those divisions out with key call-ups, or in fact just general call-ups, as you consider the fact that Boogs, for example, is not someone you could consider a key call-up, but he still had a very strong and powerful effect, even though he wasn't someone who even featured much in NXT. Same for Elias, they're following a very similar trend there, but they are looking at a number of people that they can bring up in certain batches. Now, Andrew Zarian earlier today did confirm that a draft was set for just after SummerSlam. Considerable NXT call-ups are expected, and when I say considerable, I mean potential double figures for each brand to fill out the gaps that have been missing. NXT should be returning to the setup for Survivor Series. At this time, NXT will be returning to the situation at Survivor Series where it is brand versus brand versus brand. They were not there last year purely because of COVID-19, but will return this year. They will not be winning. So I've been told by at least one source who's been very, very clear they will not be winning. Call-ups before the draft from NXT are likely, but less likely for top level names. So people who've been former NXT champions, whatever division that may be, are unlikely to be called up before the draft, because after SummerSlam, the WWE wants a full-scale relaunch. So, right after SummerSlam, you will hear this full-scale relaunch. They're doing it all over again. They're abandoning the Thunderdome. They're going all the way to touring. They will have all the dates lined up right after SummerSlam to constantly tour. They'll be selling all the tickets, and they will be bolstering both rosters ready for Survivor Series so that all three rosters have a fighting chance. Many people who will be wrestling in NXT in August will be wrestling for Raw and or SmackDown by November as if they were never involved in NXT. Multiple names are expected to be called up from this weekend's In Your House NXT Championship match. That match will feature Karrion Kross, Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Multiple people are expected to be called up from that match. A couple of them are being looked at as this is their big hurrah, their final big moment on NXT. So keep your eye on that one. Nothing's been confirmed yet, but multiple are expected to get a call up. I suspect they will be held for the draft, however. Favourites for call ups, based on the conversation that Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis have had, and people who've heard from them, are Io Shirai, Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart, Pete Dunne, multiple members of the Undisputed Era, and, curiously, Robert Stone. Seriously, Robert Stone. Vince apparently really likes what he's doing right now. Stranger things have happened. Michael asks, do you think Fox and USA is a big factor in keeping the brand split? Yes, I do. I can say that USA and Fox have considerable power over the WWE right now. For example, the reason the 24/7 Championship was 1, introduced, and 2, brought back from Gronk was because the USA Network were continually pushing for it, and I have reported on that in the past. When it comes to Fox, they are more likely to just let things go as it were, but they wanted fans back and have been pushing for fans to return for a long time. A large part of this being essentially that Fox has been playing down the whole pandemic, particularly Fox News, for a long time, and when you look at WWE, suddenly there are no fans. It looks like a different world, and not in a good way. So Fox wanted to make some changes. And Ed says Robert Stone would be incredible with Mandy and Dana. Not a bad shout, mate. Not a bad shout. I also think it's possible that Robert Stone will be working in some capacity with Eva Marie. This is part of the news that you can expect from Spoiler Warning. If anyone is watching this on catch up, please do remember to follow, because while you will get these videos broken down onto YouTube and sent out uploads, they are uploaded 1 per day, 6 p.m. UK time, that is 1 p.m. EST. While that will happen, you will get it live and ahead of time right here. There is a number of reports over the past few days and the past few weeks that have come out from different news websites which were here first. For example, on Wednesday, I've actually got a little note on this. For example, on Wednesday, I did say about Big E and Aleister Black. With Aleister Black having been released, there are no plans for anything with Big E. He will be on creative hiatus. Today, another news website reported that, and they were linked by a lot of different websites. Right here, we don't get linked by a lot of different websites because a lot of different websites aren't willing to sit and watch a Twitch video. They want you to email them everything. I don't do that. You want exclusive news? Here is where you come. Spoiler warning is where you come. In addition, there was also some news about Edge, which made the news 5 or 6 days after I reported it on YouTube, which was uploaded 3 or 4 days after we reported it here. So don't miss out. Click that follow button. We need 3 more for that 200. Please ignore the road to 200 things there. Just before I came online, someone else followed. So that is 1 out.